Hi, I'm Stacy. This is Practical ESL. So today I want to show you, just model for you an example that I did with some of my students after school one day. They wanted to stay for some extra English practice, and I wanted to help model a lesson because sometimes we have to see it to understand how we could use it. And not that I am the best model, but my kids seem to really enjoy my classes. They seem to be learning, and if it's helpful to you, then that's great. So that's my goal. We'll see. I'm going to show you today how important. I know that everybody, I don't have an education background. I've been teaching for a long time, but my original degree was in communications. I taught overseas and I was teaching language. And then I came back to get certified to do all that I did overseas. So I did everything kind of backwards, and I didn't really know about language objectives and all of those things. And kind of when I started teaching at first, I was like, what is the point of this? It's just so many things that we have to do as teachers. And okay, I've got to write this on my board, but I didn't see the purpose of, like, I just felt like it was an extra thing that I had to do. And it kind of irritated me. So that's just being me and being upfront with you guys and transparent, I guess. But what I have learned since then is that all that that is saying is that I've got to have a goal for my students. What are my students supposed to learn by the end of this lesson? And then how am I going to measure that? And those things actually make a lot of sense. And I think it's also important. If I respect my students, then I want them to know what those things are up front so that they know what they're supposed to be learning. And I think, why did I ever have a hard time with this? So I want to show you how a language objective could be used in the ESL classroom, and also how how a content objective can be used in the ESL classroom, and also how important it is to have a language objective. So here we go. Okay. So we're going to start by looking at our objective for today. So this is what we want to do. So we're going to read it together. So on the count of 3, we're going to read it all together. Okay? 1, 2, 3. I will generate questions about text before, during, and after reading to deepen understanding and gain information. Okay? So tell me, what's one word that you know? Question. Okay? So we're going to make questions. All right? What's another word? After questions, what's another word that you know? Information, okay? So we want to get information, and you said text. We want to get information from our text, and we're going to ask questions about that text, okay? So then this is our language objective, because we want to get information, but we also want to use language. And we can use it by reading, by writing, by listening, and by speaking, okay? So this is going to be our language objective. And it's going to sound the same. All of it's going to sound the same until this part is different. Okay? We're going to read it together on 3. 1, 2, 3. I will generate questions about text before, during, and after reading, and share my understanding and information orally with my partner. Who's your partner? Yes, Maria is your partner. Andrea is your partner. Great. Okay? So that is what we're going to do today. So you're going to share your information. When you get that information, you're going to share it orally by speaking. Okay? Okay, so hopefully that helps you to see. I feel like the volume was maybe a little bit low, so sorry about that. But hopefully that helps you to see how you can kind of interact with your students to help them to know what they're going to be learning that day. And then they have more buy-in, and then they kind of understand the direction that they're going. They don't have to understand all of the words, but it's really helpful to point out that they know a lot of those words, and then incorporate the words that they know into, hey, here's what we're going to be doing today. So hope that's helpful. If this is the lesson on kind of like the history of Play-Doh, and if you're interested in that lesson, you can find it on practicalesl.com. Hope that you put some comments in the portion below, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.